Hey everyone, it's Rocco. It is September 24th, and we have got a couple of more weeks until we start off. I want to thank you all for participating in this. We would not be able to do it without you. I want to talk to you a little bit today about setting up your terminal learning objective and your enabling learning objectives for your piece of this curriculum, for your 2-hour course. So I'm going to write something up on the board here, and then I'm going to send a screenshot of this to everybody, all right? So the terminal learning objectives, the overarching goal for the entire 8-week curriculum is twofold. The first one is for the students to have a deep understanding of their current business model, and two, to develop a plan of action to address any gaps uncovered. So that's the overarching things. What I want you all to remember is within your specific week, whether it's design thinking with Eric and I, product solutions, Terry Smith, sales and marketing, Ty and Candace and Ron, Candace is out, Ron, whoever it is, okay, Candace is going to be working on our 14-week coming up later. Whatever it is for you, I want you to think of how your terminal learning objective for your single week, your single 2-hour session, is going to get your students from where they are to where they're going to go. So I'm going to write a couple things up on the board for you here, all right? So one thing you're going to need to set is what your terminal learning objective. Okay, that's your TLO. Under your TLO, you're going to have 2 enabling learning objectives. How can I break down this bigger thing down into 2 tangible pieces that I can speak to, have the students do an exercise on, and then have them train back, okay? We're going to follow a teach, do, share model throughout this class, and I'm going to draw that up here too. Right, so under your TLO, you should have 2 enabling learning objectives. And I'm going to call those ELO 1 and ELO 2. Okay? So, what I want to show you now is a quick flow of how we see the class going. This is consistent with what we've sent you in your emails. This is also what has been put up on the website in terms of the class flow. All right? So imagine your students showing up at 6:30 p.m. on that evening, and you need to get them from there to here by 8:30 p.m. All right? Now there's a couple of standard bits in here, okay? Remember, in the full 2 hours, each one of you are going to need to be able to provide about 1 hour of training, interaction, and facilitation of essentially their outbrief, their presentation of what they've done. So it shouldn't be too hard of a lift. And remember, we've curated each one of you because you all are experts in this field already. You already have this kind of material. So let me show you how this breaks down. Here's roughly the middle point. There's about an hour, half an hour, half an hour, okay? So, I know I've stepped off a bit. In this beginning piece, we're going to have your leadership focus, and intro, and your students will present the results of their homework. That's going to happen in that first sort of 30-minute block. Okay? Now, is it going to take 20 minutes? Is it going to take 30 minutes? It's really up to you and your flow. But in that initial piece, you want to get through your leadership focus, facilitate a conversation about it, and then let each student go around and present out their homework. Now, if the group gets very big, we may have to take a couple and then rotate who actually presents. If the group is smaller, more focused, then you can simply go around the table. We're actively curating students right now, and we should have some results for you in this Thursday's meeting and this workshop on Friday if you're available to come to it. Okay? Now, at the end of the class, we're also going to have an opportunity for you to collect an outbrief or a sort of a high-level combination of what people have learned and what they want to do next. How you do it is up to you. One technique that I like to do, I'm going to write it down right here. I'm going to have to get down for this, my old knees. I use the 3-2-1 model. So think of 3 things you learned. Whoops, spell correctly. meaning ask the students this. 2 questions they still have, and one action that they'll take. And now the idea here is the 3 things that they've learned they can share with the class. 2 questions that they've learned, ideally they're still going to figure out how they can implement that in their lives, whether they engage with their accountability partner, contact the instructor, however they do it, and then 1 action that they want to do that's relevant to that course, that class. So by the time they're all finished, they should have a list of at least 7 or 8 different actions that they're going to build towards that second terminal learning objective that arcs across the entire course. Build a plan of action to address the gaps. Okay? So then, between the standard intro and standard outro, now we're starting to see what we have in the middle. Okay? We're also going to build in, right in the middle here, a 10-minute break. Okay, and that's a natural break in the flow of the class. That way people can do the things that humans need to do occasionally. Okay? Now what we're going to do here is we're going to take whatever your ELO 1 and 2 are, and you're going to plop them here and here. So whatever that material is, however you want to do it, this is where you're going to get into these 2 pieces. All right? And within them, I want you to follow the teach, do, share. Okay? So you should be teaching them. This will be the first loop. You're going to do it again here. I'll just use the letters. Teach, do, share. Okay? Okay? So what you're going to do is teach them some material. Here's something relevant to you. Give them some kind of an activity that they can work on. In the first week, we're going to have the design canvas. In the second week, there'll be product solutions, product canvas, and how to define a minimum viable product and service. As you go forward, right, in marketing, you talk about how marketing drives sales. That's a great ELO 1. In the second piece, it could be simply about sales. Have you ever made a sale? Are you comfortable charging money? Whatever those things are. But this is the overarching flow. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, try to have this stuff ready for this week. Lynn will be sending out some more emails, and I will be too. We'll be focusing on this in this workshop this Friday. All right? Think of your terminal learning objective for your class, your TLO, your 2 enabling learning objectives that you want to have. These are going to plug in at that block and that block throughout your night. And then at the end of the night, we're going to have an opportunity for people to socialize more. Now, we can walk over to the Gaslight if you want. We can sit around and do it right at Fuse. It's really going to be optional, however many people even want to show up for it. But we want to provide that opportunity for additional networking, additional relationship building, and an opportunity for the instructor to hang around after the class so that students can ask other questions. Okay? So I just want to provide this structure for you. This is up on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Lynn. Thank you very much for your help. We wouldn't be able to do it without you.